Irene Wanjiku. I run Rexe Roofing, which I founded in the year in October 2011, and we started as a really, I would say, a small outfit to just deal with residential homes. That was initially just what we were looking at because we could see the gap in the construction industry and specifically in roofing, because a lot of people are asking, why don't roofs evolve? What we saw our mothers use, our grandmothers use, is the same thing we are supposed to be using. So what's new in this industry? And that's what prompted me to think and say, okay, I'm getting these questions, why don't I be the solution? Because there's a gap. I can be the solution that they're asking to find. My growing up, I would call it modest. It wasn't a wealthy one, and I think that's also what pushed me to really think about business. And so that really changed how my life turned out. Because people will ask, at your age, because I turned 33 now, they say, at your age and you're doing what you're doing, how did you manage to do all this? Like, how did you go to school? But it's because I did not follow the conventional line. When I got my invitation letter to join the campus, I didn't even open it. Like, I didn't know what I was supposed to, what they were calling me to go and do, because by then I knew that whatever school I will do, it has to do with business, and I will take myself through that. I was working in a firm that was doing a lot of importation for products like a general construction firm as an administrator. And so I interacted quite a lot with, let's say, contractors and architects, and that's why and even relatives, my own relatives would also ask me, what do you know about this industry? I'm building, what do I use for my roof? So through such interactions, then I was able to receive the questions of, what do we do next? What's new for roofs? I think I believe a lot in, when you start thinking about something, it will manifest. So I remember I was just walking at the Kenya Homes Expo one day, and then there were these exhibitors that had come from Europe, and they had these beautiful boards with beautiful roofs, and I approached them and I said, wow, this looks good. That was in October of 2010, and I said, it looks quite good. Why do you have distributors here? And they said, no, but we are looking for the bigger players, because I just looked ordinary. It's a weekend, you're just walking to see what else is there. And they said, yeah, but I said, would you be interested in the local distributors? Yes, but we know the people we are looking for, and we are in conversations with them. So of course they are saying, not you, not somebody like you. And I said, okay, can I still have the card? Or you never know, and maybe a sample. So reluctantly, they gave me a few of those. And then fast forward to where we are today, they didn't get the distributor, the big players that they wanted. And then I talked to them when I set up the company in 2011. I wrote to them and I said, look, are you still looking for a distributor, or did you finally get one? Because I got a project. That time it was an anticipated project that would require exactly what it is you're offering. And then they said, oh, you know what, we didn't get one. And I would be interested, because it was our first big project, 100 units at Mount Kenya Wildlife Estate. So that opened the doors. We got the sole distributorship rights, and we moved on from there. The beginning was very interesting for me, I will say, because the first thing was I was so convinced, because again, as I said, the gap was there. So I was completely convinced that people are going to buy this product. And so my saving that I had been keeping aside, in fact, the saving were for something like a house. The way you develop your life, you say, okay, after I buy a car, I want to buy a house. So part of it I was saving in terms of like having a down payment for a house. But I was so convinced that, I can take out this saving that I've been keeping aside. And one of the ways I used to save, and I still do even now, is through circles, because they are great. But then I pulled it all out, and I said, you know what, this idea is going to work. And there's no point for me to just be saving one day to keep some amount of money for a house, while I can be doing something that creates employment, not just for myself, but also for other people. I had gone for a seminar before, and I remember one of the speakers speaking about OPM. How do you get money? He said you can raise money through OPM. And I said, and what's OPM? So it was other people's money. You use other people's money, but of course that means you have to be honest, you have to be dependable. So one of the things I did was I approached homeowners and I told them, There's this very nice product that your roof will be very unique. You can harvest water, it's environment friendly, we will supply, we will install it, but it's not yet here. Would you be willing to pay a deposit for this product that will change the world? And your world, to be specific, and then I will bring it and then we will use it on your roof. Of course, a few will think you are crazy. So not everybody, that's important to know, not everybody will buy your dream. But that doesn't mean that it's gonna die now on that moment. So some said, no, go away. This how girls start lying to people. This these days, I remember one person on a project said, these days, it's no longer men that are conning people. Also now ladies have devised a way. So you just want to con us, take our money. These are just papers you're showing us. And then I would say, oh no, I would try to convince them. Then I would realize, okay, this can't work. So I'd go to the next person. And believe it or not, we collected deposits over 3 million just from people who are building and trusted in the information that I was giving, that yes, we will bring the product, just give us time. It will take at least 4 to 8 weeks for it to get here. But we promise you will get your product. So before I asked anybody for the money, including the clients, the potential clients, I had all the information such that nobody said if they gave me the chance, that is. Of course, there's somebody who just stopped at the fact that the product is not here. Yeah, don't sell. So they'll say, oh, what are you selling me then? Just a brochure. So those you leave and then you proceed. And I think a lot of people, we get stuck at the people that said no. So you just say, oh, this will not work. So you have to quickly, swiftly move along and make sure that doesn't kill your dream. Our first biggest project was Mount Kenya Wildlife Estate, that is in Nanyuki. Shortly after that, we were able to do the Hub Karen shopping mall. And that was a really exciting project for us because its size was, we took it as a challenge. That also helped us really grow our capacity. From there, like this year, we are also doing the Brookhouse schools in Runda. We've also worked on exciting projects such as the Giraffe Center. They agreed to re-roof the entire project, the entire facility that they're having in Faces, and we are working with them on that. Embassy of Belgium. So we've been able to work on, I would say, Cedar Mall in Nanyuki, Swiss International Holiday Homes. For every project that's now coming up and it's big and they've really gotten to see what the product can do, even in terms of value for their project. And so you find that we have been called to bid for each and every one of them. One of the topmost one I would give them is to build capacity. And by building capacity, I mean that they should not just go into something because they've seen that maybe somebody else is successful in it. Let them take time, look into the solution that they want to provide after, of course, identifying a gap in the market and really understand it. And then number 2 is don't easily despair. Most of them probably depending on the background. I mean, even if you're coming from a wealthy background, you could despair and feel that this is really not for me, the money is not coming in as fast as I would like. It doesn't work like that. We've been now in business this is our 6th year right now, and the money doesn't flow. Yeah, it's not really about the money. For us, find ways to measure success through impact that you're having. The issue is to look at it in terms of, have I had an impact? And that through that impact, then the money will come, instead of thinking about it from the money and then probably the impact, because it works the other way around. It is through the impact, then the money will start coming in, because anyway, at the end of the day, the business is supposed to be making some money. And number 3, this is about integrity. If really you would like to go into business, integrity is a very big part of it. And sometimes things don't go as probably somebody has planned. There's a big difference between if I told you I'd come at 2 and now I want to come at 4. But how do they communicate that so that you don't look like you ended up taking money for something you had no intentions of delivering? So I think those would be my top 3 most important lessons that I would give to any upcoming entrepreneur. The concept of construction has always been that, contractors are not reliable. They will come at 10, they will say come at 10, they'll not come at that time. They will sell you one product, they will deliver another product. So I would like to be remembered as somebody who came in and changed how the industry is done.